This video, we are going to talk about once a user logs in and they want to do authorization with a token, which is using when they make a request. They also put authorization, which with a value bearer token. And on my server side, I have to verify if it's correct or not, which is going through this flow. Okay, going this flow, this part. Okay, and to do that, first thing, we have to extract the JWT token inside the request, right? After that, we will test, if the token is expired, or if the token is malformatted, or if the token is, if the token is malformatted or corrupted, okay? So to verify a token is a valid token, we have a method to do that, okay? Which is a valid access token. You give me a token, I have to do what? I have a pass. And if it failed, it's going to be, it means the token is not valid. And if it didn't fail, it's a good token, okay? So to access the secure RESTful API, the client must include an access token in the authorization header of the request. So we need to insert our own filter in the middle of Spring Security filter chain before username password authentication filter in order to check authorization header of each request. Okay, so because Spring Security by default don't have filter to verify our token, so we have to add our own and insert as part of Spring Security's filter chain. So now let's do one by one. In order to validate the token, we have to check what? If it has a token or not, okay? So here we are going to continue and have a filter. I will create a packet first. Filter, okay. And we are going to create a JWT validation filter, okay? And I'm going to extend once per request filter. It's going to have a do filter internal. This one, okay, we have two overrides, and this is where we verify everything. And as we know, how can we make a request? Suppose we go to our product HTTP. Here we no longer use basic, we are using what? Bear. And we give a token, right? Token is generated when we do authentication, okay? When after we do authenticate, we have a token, then we put it here, right? So now we have to get the token first in the filter class, okay? How to get the token? Yes, through the header, because here the header have this authorization token. So here we will have a string header, which is authorization, and we do a check if header not none and start with the token, okay? This one we can do, okay? Then else we will do filter change request and return, okay? Which means we don't do anything. This is gonna be pass. If it has a bare header, we are going to continue to see if a token is valid or not. And if not, what's going to happen? If not, I just delegated the request to next available filter, because the only place we can populate the authentication object during the validation phase, authorization phase, is through the token, right? So here it's definitely gonna fail, okay? So once we have a token, we have to grab the token, right? So here we'll have a string token equals what? Header substring 7, which then it's going to be look like, suppose this is our token, okay? And when we do product, like this way, okay, this is our token. So this get header, it will get this part. And when we substring 7, 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, then I'm going to get a token, okay? See here, I'm going this one will get a token. Then we have to verify if a token is valid or not, right? So I'm going to do here I have to have another method which is public boolean validation token, validated token. Okay, I will have JWT start parser, this one, and for this one, if this one success, okay, if this one success, this one is the old API, my bad, okay, the parser, this one is already parser builder, okay, not a parser, it's a parser builder dot set signed key dot get signed key and dot build and parse claim JWT token. If this one success, we are going to return true, and else I'm going to return false, which means the token is not valid. Okay, and here you can have catch exceptions, you can have different exceptions, you can also do a logging. Here, suppose the slides, I did a logging. I'm going to do add the logging, private static final logger. Okay, logger equals logger factory dot get logger. Then I will have JWT token dot class. Okay, then you can log different errors, get a message. And in the slides, I do different. I also log expired JWT token, malformatted, and the general. It's a choice. Okay, here I just want to go fast, so here validated token. Then inside the filter, we can do what? If validated token, I have to inject this one. Okay, I have to inject this JWT token util. So for doing that, I have to make this one to be a component. And in order to private final JWT token to be injected, here I will have a required argument constructor here. Please let me import. Then let me import. So I'm going to import it by myself. Here I'm going to import com.util.jwt token. Okay, so now I imported. Okay, after imported, I can use JWT token.util.write token. If it is success, I will do something. What? I have to set the security context holder to have authentication. Otherwise, I'm going to do the same at this part. Okay, which pass through, because you are going to fail by other chains inside the Spring Security chain. Okay, so now I get a token. After I get a token, yes, I have to get what? I have to get what's thing? User ID, email, and roles. Okay, once I get ID, email, roles, then I can populate authentication. Okay, object. And that is object used by Spring Security Context holder. And the security context holder will hold the security context, eventually gonna be used by other filters in the filter chain. Okay, so here, last step here is I have to parse the claim. So here in util, here I will have public claims. Okay, parse. What's the name you give me? Get claims from token, and it still is what? It still is this one. It's this one, because I don't need to have track catch. It's already verified here. If a success passes through the validation, I should get the claims already here. Get a body. Okay, get a body. You are getting a claim, and in my filter, what I can do is I will get my claims. Okay, after I get a claim. Equals get a claim, and then I can use it to do what? I can from claims, I can use it to get ID. See here, claim. Get a subject. My bad. Okay, get subject. Okay, get subject, and this is subject. The string gonna be what? The string gonna be ID like a 1, 1, 2, 3, and a comma email like a John admin@test.com, and a comma is a row like a admin, like this way. Or is if it's Edward gonna be 2, Edward test.com and admin. Why? It's because here this is my subject format. Okay, I set it like this way. So here in JWT, I'm going to have a string subject, and then what I can do, I can use this subject to populate my user. Okay, like this one. Then I can use u.set. Set ID is what? Probably it's better I give a string subject array equals subject dot get split by what? By this comma. So the user ID gonna be subject array, string array. Okay, gonna be subject array, and which is 0, gonna be get 1, and because ID is integer, so I have to parse int integer dot parse int. Okay, then do like this way, and then I have u.set email is u.set row is this one, and which is a sub array dot 2. Okay, so here now I have a user. Once you have a user, what are you gonna do? In previous email, not email, video, we talk about security context holder. When we do validation, we also mentioned about that. See here, another validation when we do authorization. See here, in our when we do authorization, no matter it's a request match delegating or it's a pre-authorized thing, they are trying to get the authentication object through what? Through security context holder. So now in our filter is already have the authentication filter, okay, which is the user details, right? Then we can use this user details to set it into security context, and then eventually put it into the security context holder, then just pass to next available one. So that's it. So the next step, last step we're going to do is set security context. Okay, and the first thing we have to is we have to get a security context. How to get it? You can use security context holder dot get, and I forgot the API. Create an empty context, and here you will have a security context. Context, and then we can do is context dot set authentication, and here I'm going to use this user. Oh, probably populate user detail. How to use user detail. Oh no, what I used? Let me double check. Okay, what I used inside. Sorry, my bad. It's been too long. Okay. Parse. Okay. What I used? Oh, using password. Okay, my bad. Using password authentication token. Oh, the same as that one. Okay. So here, I'm going to have a new UN password token, and which will get what? The ID. Is ID? Oh, user. Let me do multiple steps. Okay. So here I need to have username password token, and which is username password token. And here we have to give what? We have to give a user detail. This one is user detail. See here. This one is principal user detail, and our user is a user detail. Okay. So here you give a user detail, and here is a none. And this one you can use u.get authorities, because if you don't populate proper authorities, later on you have to query again, because in our configuration file here we have authority admin, right? And if we don't give here, then it won't work. Okay, so now I have this one, then I put it inside here, Then for my security context holder dot set security context, I set it there. Then we pass it to the next filter chain. Okay, filter chain dot filter. So that is our steps. So in our filter, what we did, first we check if I have header or not. Okay, if I have, I'll verify my token. Okay, if it also pass, if the token pass, I will get the claim. From a claim, I get the subject. Then I will with the subject, I can populate my user detail. And the user detail is used by the username password authentication token, which is going to be used for when we do authorization, going to be used on this one, authentication, because username password authentication token is one type of authentication object. Okay, so here you give you detail, everything, and credentials normally we don't pass. Okay, then we have, and we also don't have it. Okay, then we have get authorities for authorization checking. Okay, then we set the token, and then we set the context, then we fill the chain. Okay, now we finish everything. Let's restart, reload, and see if it works. Loaded by default, load everything. Oh, I'm missing one step. We have the filter, but the last step is we have to add it part of the Spring security chain. I have forgotten to do this part. So we disable HTTP, then we can do is dot add the filter before. This one is what? This one is this filter is a component. Then we can do dependency injection if you want. Okay, private final. This one. JWT validation filter. Okay, and here import class. Okay, and here we will give it here, and the other two will add before authentication filter, using password authentication filter. I think it's this one. Okay, as ours, did I have slide? Why always go here? Okay, I think the slides talk about is add before username password authentication filter class. Username password authentication filter class. Correct. And now it's time to do a test. First, we will log in post. Okay, now I have the token. Okay, and I go to a product, change this one to be the token just generated. I get you are forbidden. It's correct. The reason why forbidden is because for this user, Edward, it only have a role. User, okay, doesn't have admin. And in my configuration, Spring Security Config, here for all the products, we must have admin. And now we have to do another test for John. Okay, and this one, and we have a token, and we will copy this token. If you have client, you will save this token into like some storage, local storage, session storage, or others. Okay, so I'm going to do this one, remove everything, and have this thing here. And now, if it works, it should be success. Okay, now it works. Okay, you will get the user because it has the admin user, the admin role there. Okay, so this is how to do the authorization with the JWT. Basically, we write our own filter. Where is my filter? We write our own filter, and in the filter, we'll process this authorization bear, the token. Okay. The main thing is after you do, you have to put this authentication into your context. And the one we use is username password authentication token. We put in the context, and then eventually hold by the context holder. And when we filter chain go to next available one, they will like authorization filter. In our configuration, do I have configuration here? The access decision manager, they will grab the authentication object, which is this part. Is going to grab this part. It's going to grab object, authentication object from this context. On this context, and it is already set here, and which also have a role authority being set here. That's why it all works. Okay. So that's the everything for the JWT token based, and for refresh token others, if I have time, I will create more videos. But that's it for now. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.